world championship taken extremely seriously. You're going to get people telling you to quit, that you're not good enough, that it's too expensive, that loads of different reasons why not to continue and pursue a career in motorsport. So then I had to get kind of inventive. So I knew that there might be an opportunity. The opportunity to feel like I'm going forwards in the race. I'll be going forwards. There's going to be times where we fight for sure. And I thought, well, it's now or never. I hope everybody enjoyed it. It looked certainly cool and quite dramatic, and it's been a great decision. Enjoy and have fun.
So I'm super excited to be here with Sam Bird, driver for NEOM McLaren Formula E. Now, you won't remember this at all, but almost 10 years ago, I remember going to the first race in London in Battersea Park.
Ah, yes.
And I remember picking up like one of those radios on the floor and sneaking into the paddock and asking, I think you had won.
I did win.
Yeah. Here we are almost 10 years later. What's changed in that time for you, Sam? But what have you?
My receding hairline.
It seems to have got a lot of colour in it.
So yeah, no, a lot has changed. I mean, Formula E's grown from strength to strength. You look at now the lineup of teams and drivers, it's incredible. The technology's moved on leaps and bounds. Yeah, the whole championship is a completely different thing now to what it was 10 years ago.
Is there anything you missed from that, really? Because you came over very early.
Yeah, I was one of the first drivers to sign. It had a certain charm and innocence about it back then, and we felt like we were going on this sort of new journey as a championship, and now it is just a bona fide world championship taken extremely seriously. Still very much enjoyable, very stressful, a lot of rides on it, driving for big manufacturers. So in that way it's changed, but the journey's been incredible.
One thing stays the same, which is Sam Bird being in Formula E. Race winner this season at Sao Paulo. We have to talk about the Overtake, capital T, capital O. We've got a lot of people watching who'll be karters, sim racers, who will have seen that. And I just want to feel free to go into as much detail. At what moment did you visualise that you could go around the outside of those corners and start to prepare yourself to make that happen?
For me, I knew that Mitch was in trouble one lap earlier with either energy and or battery temperature. So I knew that there might be an opportunity. The opportunity wasn't going to be at the end of the straight, the main straight, because we were both close to being flat out into there with the way that our deployment schedules were working. So turn one was out. He was very good on traction out of turn 3, I think it's 3, yeah. So the next best overtaking zone was out as well. So then I had to get kind of inventive. So approaching the second last corner, he covered the inside just a little bit, stayed in the middle of the road, but just covered the inside a little bit and had to lift for energy and battery concerns. And I thought, well, it's now or never. I just need to stay a bit more flat out around here. He's given me the room to maneuver around the outside, and I got enough of an overlap that meant that then the corner was mine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed it. It looked certainly cool and quite dramatic. Yeah, but it was just great to get these guys their first ever win in Formula E. My first win for a couple of seasons. I'm now one behind the all-time, so need to get a couple more this year.
Yeah, well, hopefully it will happen. And for the record, I think it's one of the great overtakes in Formula E.
Oh, thank you.
Last few corners, last lap. We saw a great move. Again, I think Mitch did the season before as well. So great sort of circuit for that. But I just want to, you partnered Mitch last season at Jaguar TCS Racing, and we'll get onto that. But when you go around the outside, is there any part of you thinking, hang on, he can just go a bit deeper? Or did you, knowing Mitch, did you know you were
I fully trust Mitch and his abilities. That's why I feel like we could race pretty hard and pretty fair. There's no animosity between myself and Mitch at all. He's a good friend, great driver, and I can trust him thoroughly.
Going back to season 9, where you made the transition from Jaguar TCS, start with NEOM McLaren this season. Was it a low point to leave, or was it the right thing to leave, that you look forward to NEOM McLaren?
I think it's the right thing. It was clear that I'm in a much happier place with NEOM McLaren than I was there. I'm thriving off the people here, and it's been a great decision.
Yeah. And when you look at the powertrain doing great things this season, does that mean you're really looking at Sam Bird can win the Formula E World Championship?
I don't know about that. Look, at the beginning of the season, it was very much Porsche versus Jaguar, and all of a sudden people are bringing Nissan and NEOM McLaren into the conversation, which is great. It means that we've done some great work over the winter and we're improving. It's actually quite rare that when the car is homologated, you see this kind of improvement in the second year of a program. So I'm really pleased and proud of everybody that's involved in the project, and let's see what we can do this year. I'm not saying we're going to take it to Porsche and Jag, but there's going to be times where we fight for sure.
Yeah, well, so many race winners to start the season, you're one of them. Looks like it's shaping up to potentially be a classic season. I just want to go into sort of your racing style and what makes you quick and what makes you tick. Are there any sort of driving elements that you feel that you have that really have suited you to Formula E and made you such a strong driver?
I mean, what I lack in terms of maybe outright speed, I make up for in determination in the race. I think that I can be quite feisty sometimes with overtakes, and more often than not, I feel like I'm going forwards in the race. Like if I start at the front, I tend to stay there, and then if I don't qualify well, I'll be going forwards. And it's not too often that I have a race where I just slowly drift backwards. I think that's happened. I think I can count on one hand how many times that's happened. So.
Do you think you're a sort of optimistic driver where it's glass half full, and if you're starting further back, you see it's more opportunity to go forward? Is that your psyche in terms of what's always available?
Yeah, it's just something that I've always been able to do.
Yeah.
I think I'm quite fortunate that even if a bad qualifying does happen, through good preparation, I'm able to work my way forwards.
Yeah.
I don't know how many positions that would be. It might only be 1 or 2, but it might be 10.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Well, it's really refreshing to hear that take. On karting, people on the channel will know that I'm the reigning Super Champs champion at Daytona Sandown Park.
Oh, yes. Well,
and I see your name at the top. Is there any?
Have you got close to that lap time yet?
No, but I'm in the heavyweight category, okay. But definitely nowhere near. But if for kids going there or any other karting track in the UK, around the world, and they look at you as a hero, is there any techniques or tips and tricks you can give someone at that stage, rental karting?
Well, the first thing is enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. The whole point of going karting at your local kart track is to have fun. Yeah, you want to win, but at that age, when you're young, you want to just be able to enjoy and have fun. It's not as accessible as other sports like football, where it's just you need a park and a ball. It does cost your parents or whatever, family members, money for you to do this per week, so enjoy it. And as it gets more and more serious, remember why you're doing what you're doing. It's very easy to get too stressed, too nervous. You drive a race car because you love to drive a race car. And the other thing is, like, you're going to get people telling you to quit, that you're not good enough, that it's too expensive, that loads of different reasons why not to continue and pursue a career in motorsport. But if you love something badly enough, you can make it work, you can make it happen. So many kids fall by the wayside, but don't be one of those. Keep on pushing. You can overcome adversity.
I think it's an incredible message for anyone who's doing their championships right now, whether it's karting or sim racing. And yeah, such a very positive message. I really enjoy sending it to people. Final question. We're here at Misano, very different track. What's possible for you? What's possible for NEOM McLaren?
Honestly, it's going to be fascinating. We had a race in Portland last year that was very energy sensitive. This is going to be exactly the same as that. You can qualify last and win. You could be last one lap and first the next lap. It's going to be that bizarre, but it's a challenge, and I enjoy a challenge. So let's see what happens. We've done all of our prep. I think we understand what to expect. Yeah, 2 races, let's go.
Well, it sounds like it could be the perfect sort of Sam Baird masterclass here, moving up the field.
We'll see.
Best luck. It's a real privilege to talk to you because you've been an inspiration for a long time.
And thank you.
Thanks for sharing the message.
Thanks, guys.